Hello, welcome back to my channel. Have you ever wondered what the fuss is over the Google Slide Planner? Today I'm going to show you exactly how long it takes me to wrap up today's lessons and set up for tomorrow's lessons. Make sure and like and subscribe this video, and let's get started. And I go to the feedback tab down here, and you can see that all of the different, you have to watch my other video, which I'll link in this video again, in case you didn't stop to watch it. Kind of an overview. This is just to show you how quickly that I can do the setup for this class. So I go through first and I delete all of this feedback. If you don't save to the classes tab, then you don't need to do this. But I saved to the classes tab, and it kind of just saves kind of memory, if you will. So it's not trying to put all of that information onto this classes tab over here. So I just toggle back and forth. You can click on your tab, or you can use your keys to switch over. And I just copy. Whoops, I didn't quite get that whole, there we go. Toggle back. Since he's a boy, he goes under the blue column. That's it. If I have any notes, his was an assessment. He got a perfect score today, so I'm just going to put perfect score. There wasn't anything that we really needed to work on, or I felt like he needed more help on. Then I just go to the next one. Tab back over. I copy and paste. We worked on the V sound, so I'm going to put worked on V sound. Those notes, I'll show you why that's important later. Then I go to the next one. And sometimes I will, if it's a long sentence like what I have here, these were my notes to help me remember in case I didn't have time to tweak the feedback in between classes. Then sometimes I'll write a little note like that, and then I just copy and paste that note as well. So then I just go to the next one and copy and paste that. Almost, let's see, work on vocabulary. This one was an assessment, but she really needed a lot of help with her assessment, and so I'm making a note of that. Then I just copy and paste. Oops, there we go. Extended with vocabulary of vegetables. I taught her pickles and olives because she was doing so well. So I try to extend when I can, even just a little thing like that, even just teaching them a new vocabulary word like that. I like to save my classes, so I click Save button. It's going to go through its little thing and save it to the My Classes tab. Then I come back to the Input, Schedule. I hit Reset to clear out this day's. Today was a low class day. Alright, and that clears the planner out. Then I come over here to Classrooms, and I look and I highlight. Looks like I have a break, so I'm going to copy and paste, and then I just paste it over here. Looks like I have no 6:30 or 7, so I'm going to leave 2 slots on my planner for that. Then I copy the rest of the morning. I leave 2 slots, and I'm going to paste here. So these, well, it looks like I left 3. I meant to leave 2, but that's okay. It doesn't mess up the planner. But I leave the 2 in case they short notice overnight. Then I can insert them in the right place, and they'll end up in the order on my planner, which is very nice. So then I go through and I just put my nicknames This is a new student to me. Then I hit Start Planner. And then the magic loads. I'm telling you guys, this is the best thing ever. You really need to go and get in the Facebook group and get it. Now, I have been using this planner for months. When you first start out, yours are probably going to look like this one right here, where it doesn't have any lessons. I'm going to show you how you fix that. One of the tabs is the favorites tab, which I'm going to show you, and that's what is automatically pulling in these lessons already. So I already have the lesson prop for this one. This one is a grammar lesson, and so I usually just use physical stars, or sometimes I will look through if it's a student I've had before and pull something that they like. And I try to squeeze them in with the grammar. It just kind of depends if they're trucking along pretty good or if we need every ounce or not. Use a secondary reward at your own risk. I usually use them at least once in the class in addition to the stars. Even if I'm giving space stars physically, I still, classroom star, physical star, that's my second reward, even though they're both stars. So this one is ready to go. This class, I have the reward in green right here in the props. If I had already taught this level 5 class, then I would be done for the day. As it is, I just have to go and find that level 5. So I go to the feedback tab. I find the level 5 class. Here are my choices for the props and the rewards. I click this little down arrow. It's going to find it in the list at the bottom. You can see the box right here where it found it, so it shows me where to look. I'm going to go through and then pick which one I want. All right. Let's just say this first one. I usually look at it, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to copy, and then I go down there and I hit paste, and it puts it down here. If I need a reward or feel like with a unit assessment, I don't usually need a reward. They usually have the map, or sometimes I'll do like here, I'm going to actually pick a reward for this level 5 because I've had the student before, so I know she's going to like it. And then click back over to the planner and you see I am done. So I hit this email the planner to myself, and it's going to send it to my email. When I do that, I just download that planner so I don't have to pull up this huge file with all of this stuff in there. That's it. I'm done. The only other thing I might do, and you can do this in the morning also, sometimes in the morning I wait and do the feedback. Let's check out the feedback tab. In the feedback tab, if the student is a boy or a girl, so this first one, and because it tells you right here, so even if you haven't had the student before and you can't tell from the name, is blue. So I copy the boy, the blue column, and then I come over here to my document, and then I click paste. Now I usually go through and type their name right here. You do not have to do that. You do your feedback how you want to. I just like to do that so that if I need to leave a quick note right underneath their name, in case they have to do feedback later. Sometimes, if the student is struggling, you go right up to the time, or you only have like a minute or two and you need to use that time for something else. More water, more coffee, whatever it happens to be. And I just go through. This is it. And then I am done. So watch how quickly this happens. If you use Feedback Panda, you could do the same thing, but this feedback is free. I used Feedback Panda at first, but now, and I didn't have my own under this column right here is my favorite feedback, the feedback I created. Since I have not taught this class before, I don't have my own. So I went over to the right, and there's other choices. I usually just go with the shortest one because I'm going to tweak it anyway. It's just kind of a base, a foundation to get me started with that. So then I will show you, oh, usually it populates with the right name. So I must have entered it incorrectly, or when I did my favorite feedback, I didn't choose the name tag. That's a whole nother video. So just ignore the name on this one. I will have to change it. And then I just copy and paste my last one. That's it. I'm done for the day. Now let me show you on the favorites tab what I'm talking about. So when I copied and pasted that one lesson I hadn't taught, right here in this column, I did not have feedback. But if you will look just above it at this lesson right here, that's the props, the gifts and the photos. This is the reward. And then here, this is feedback I typed. So tomorrow, after I type the feedback, I will change that student's name to names in bracket, the word name in brackets, like you see here, and then I will copy and paste it here, so that the next time that I teach that lesson, all of that will be there. These lesson props, and I can always change them later if I want. But what's brilliant about this is if you don't want to change it, you don't have to. Because as long as you're choosing it on the favorites tab, then it pulls it on the planner right here. Now, if you don't like the planner, then stay tuned to next week when I talk about the Kick app. If you don't know about that, go to the Google Slide group. Okay? I use it together in conjunction with this planner. But obviously, you don't have to. You can do what you want. That's the brilliant part of this whole thing. If you don't want to keep your feedback here, you want to keep your feedback planner, you can. You don't have to. If you don't want to save your classes, you don't have to. You don't have to use any of these tabs except for the input, so that it will automatically put lessons and props into your planner. And then you can email it to yourself. Thank you for watching today. Make sure you've hit the notification bell, subscribe to this channel, and like this video. And I will see you next time.